Hey all, I wanted to come back with another little thought, and that's almost a step away from the titular revolution, and start thinking about how digital democracy will create the Reformation. Now, the Reformation is, I guess, the time period from now until Glorious Revolution, when digital democracy begins to change how representation and government work in representative democracies. Obviously, the fundamental change here being that no longer will representatives tell us what they're going to do for 4 years or till the next election cycle, and then, essentially ask permission once and then do whatever they're going to for 3 years. It changes representation and demands that they ask for permission every day, every issue, every minute. And I think while that's awesome to think about in like a utopian sense of how the whole country or state would work, it's just as interesting to think about how that's going to work when there's only one or two, digital democrats in parliament, allowing and, forming this system of informing and educating their populace to enable them to make the correct decision, and also working with other parties and displaying their information to, so that their electorate knows where the other parties are voting and why. And this sort of knock-on as to how that's going to feed into those parties almost needing to inform the electorates that have elected digital democrats to garner votes, to garner a vote in parliament. And also how these parties aim to still claim themselves as representative in the face of that. A lot of these parties nowadays don't even pretend that representing their electorate is their objective. They're quite openly like, we represent our party. If they're going to do that, at least are they going to represent the party members? Are they going to allow the party members to make these decisions in a world where it's possible to garner the voting of large populations and large groups? Or are they still going to, just tell their own members that they know best and they should just follow in line? And I think that's an interesting time as well, how digital democracy could change traditional parties, these old guard parties, and force them to either be open with how they make their decisions without consensus, or enable some sort of consensus gathering especially in the more left-wing, populist claiming parties. So I guess that's my thought for this one. And if that sparks a question or anything, hit me down below. Give me something to respond to. Give me a thumbs up to let you know you're at least watching, to let me know you're at least watching this. But regardless, I'll see you all soon.